Today from Sabrina Landreth, administrator for the city of Oakland, and she wanted to give our city a heads up that they're going to be engaging in a pilot program for providing services in place to the homeless. And this would be at 35th and Magnolia.
Oh, for God's sake.
It is temporary. And just to get quickly to that point, it would be underway approximately starting this Monday. And it would be dismantled. This would be a services in place kind of, I don't know, I hate to call it encampment because then that sounds more permanent, but in any case, March 31st, the site would be dismantled. So what she said was they'd be closing off Magnolia under the freeway. They will have K-rail and or, I don't know, cyclone fencing to block off to block off traffic, but not to include sidewalk access. The sidewalks would remain open.
Okay, remind me of Magnolia
Well,
on our border. Where it goes Peralta,
yeah,
Magnolia?
you guys know.
And it goes
better.
Peralta, Magnolia.
So Magnolia is closer to San Pablo.
Yeah.
No, Magnolia dead ends into our
Right into,
housing.
So
yeah, right into the,
Old laundry
it's
building.
down here.
The
Right.
Ambassador? Is that
The Ambassador.
Yeah. Yes, behind the Ambassador, right? So there's 37th. So is it down?
it's back down here.
Back in this area.
Yeah.
But so it doesn't, there's
The
no
map
through
doesn't cover it.
sidewalk into Emeryville, or there is?
No.
I don't remember.
Well, there,
No, Magnolia,
Peralta has a sidewalk.
right, but
yes,
Magnolia doesn't.
Magnolia, so it dead ends into the freeway?
isn't that the one that runs along
No,
the tracks?
Magnolia ends into the Ambassador. It used to run in front of the Ambassador, and then when we
Closed it down,
recommended the Ambassador, we closed it down and made it more of an open patio type of
Correct.
thing. But
Okay.
no, I don't understand this. Their services in place
Mhm.
have the intention of getting these people homes to go to? Is
Yes.
that the idea?
Yes, that is
That's-
the end goal, is to get as many into permanent housing as possible. It's also important to note that their intent is not to become a magnet for additional new residents, so to speak. It really is to take the 35 to 40 people that are currently there and to kind of set this service area up for those folks who are already there. And I'm sure that's the short notice, and I'm sure it's the quick, assemble it, take it down kind of thing, is that they're not looking to grow this at all. It is a phase one, is how they described it. I think it's a pilot program.
Are they going to put a trailer in there?
What they would be putting in is sanitation services
Oh, my God.
and outreach, public outreach or social services outreach. I'm sure that obviously it would include folks who can advise on housing opportunities. They'll be availing themselves of the county services that already exist.
But they're not going to allow any more people to come in.
That is true.
How are they going to control that?
Don't know how all that works. And I think, they probably would be able to address it more fully. I'm sure they have a pretty good idea of how they plan to control it. I'm sure they've taken a census. I'm sure of that already, of who's there. And so the intent is to control the
And
population.
they're not going to allow any new people to come in?
Correct.
And hopefully, as they work with these people one by one, they will be given housing or something like that someplace else.
And I think that there's a recognition that, you know, folks have different situations, and, you know, some will more quickly lend themselves to being placed than others, and others may have an ongoing problem that doesn't give them the opportunity to be placed in permanent housing. But I think it's kind of their way to do a pilot program to maybe plan services in the future, maybe more expansively. But the other thing is that they would like to approach our city for a donation to help to contribute to the cost of this temporary program. So obviously I did not make any commitment. I think that you could be looking, I did talk to Catherine in housing, but did a little brainstorming there and talked about the possibility of utilizing contract services that we already have in place in our city, and to perhaps temporarily expand those services, whether it's sanitation pickup, like garbage pickup. We already have, obviously, the services of our waste management
I'm
folks.
certainly open to this and would
It
like
could
to
be
have it on
porta
a,
potties.
like to see it on a future agenda.
Mhm.
This seems like
Could be
an
social
interesting-
services,
you know,
counseling.
This is a little different and a test to see if it will have some positive impact. I think it's worth,
And then they'll
participating in.
evaluate.
yeah, then we'll evaluate. I like it that it ends March 31st so we can evaluate.
Mhm.
It's through
And
the
at-
winter months.
At what point in time are we going to inform the residents of that area, like the people in the...
They've already
ambassador?
been informing
Vicky Jo's been
the,
informed?
who?
Vicky Jo Thole? She runs the community garden there.
Oh, I don't know. I don't
She's
know
kind of a
whether they
leader
have
in that
far.
little community. And so the only people who've been advised of this have been the ambassador.
No, I don't know. I don't have the description. Perhaps I could get Catherine to reach out to the city of Oakland and get more specifics on, okay, exactly who they have reached out to, so that we know.
And a description of what the program is,
Mhm.
what the end date is, what the aims of it are. This is the type of thing, if it's done correctly, you can get the support of the community. If all of a sudden porta potties just start springing up there and the community is not advised of it, you're going to have a little firestorm.
Yes.
So
Yes.
if Catherine could get just a brief description, one-page description, when it's going to start, when it's going to end, what the controls are, what the benefits will be to the people getting placed in homes.
A white paper or something that
Yeah,
summarizes
but
the
let's
whole
get,
thing.
let's get ahead of the curve with the community so we
My
have
guess
support.
is that if they had done very aggressive outreach to include Emeryville, you'd be hearing about it. And so we
Yeah,
haven't heard anything.
I'm surprised I've heard nothing about this.
We have heard-
Given
Well-
we were attending this West Oakland
Right,
group,
and the other
why
thing
have we
is,
not heard?
I don't think the West Oakland people have been informed of this either, because they have been very antagonistic.
Lauren Westridge, for example, I know has an
Exactly,
interest
and
in
the
this.
group that we attend.
Well, I wouldn't say they've been antagonistic to something like that. They think that they need, you know, they're
They want
saying
it cleaned up.
that they want it cleaned up,
Oh.
and if social services will somehow clean it up, great, whatever it takes
Right.
is their
But they should
attitude.
be, let's work with them, bring it up to the table. I'm
I'll go
surprised,
ahead and.
I'm surprised Sabrina hasn't done that already.
I think they are purposely keeping this on the down low, keep it simple, and hoping to.
Putting a porta potty next to a very dense housing situation that has already had some difficulties
There's a
from this
red
group.
flag right there.
You know, let's.
Yeah, but it might not be so directly in front of. I have to go look at the site. We'll see. It
No,
might-
no,
it
it's
might
not
be a- it might
directly
be
in
a-
front of.
Might be a good location. Yeah, I mean, you
It
can
won't be
visualize the
immersive.
place.
Yeah.
Do you think that's a good location for this? Or meaning not good in an overall sense?
It's a problem.
If it has to be in
Right,
that
it'll
area.
address a certain
You
part
gotta
of their
segment
population,
them.
segment of their population, for sure.
And I'm sure
Yeah.
they chose it because it probably is easily contained,
It's
it's
a
a
Yeah.
Well,
number
it's
of,
small,
yeah, it's a
and
small
It is.
number of people.
might be able to make it, but they should get the participation of the surrounding community, because the more eyes you have, the better.
Yes.
And the
Well,
support,
I think that's
rather than just
definitely
be
their
adversarial,
intent.
we're gonna put this in your neighborhood and you have nothing to say
Oh,
about
no,
it.
that's, they are working to avoid that.
Well, they should.
But I don't know
be
that
letting
they've
people
reached,
know.
yeah, I don't know that they've reached.
Because you guys are gonna take the fall out.
No, because they will need to talk to Beach Street and Park Avenue, and we have some people in that neighborhood who are very concerned about the presence of homeless. One of the things that we should anticipate happening is that, like you said, some of those people will go along with the program, and others who do not want to be in anybody's line of sight will leave that area and set up camp somewhere else. So
That's true, there's nothing that says that you can
Stay
keep
there.
them there either, so.
Right. So we
Well,
can
that's-
anticipate a
It
little
could
bit
be a
of overflow.
self-selecting
It would be.
population actually that
Yeah.
way.
Well, that's why we wanna get that dog park under the
Yes.
overpass finished and complete, so we don't have that type of intrusion. And we want the lights and the security cameras there.
Okay, yeah, for future agenda items, I'd like to talk about.
What the progress is in that.
Well,
yeah.
yes, but citywide